Hey, anyone who's been watching the Silent Hill stuff, where do I put my camera? Is this where I place my camera? It feels right. You are a bottom left Andy. I'll take that. What's that on the political compass, by the way? Based? In case you did not see the last episode of Silent Hill, or the last stream, we made it out of the hospital. We didn't bring everybody with us. Spoilers, maybe? We didn't bring everybody with us, but we are out of the hospital. I believe that we're going to the prison, but I'm not sure James knows that yet. At least, I've been pretty good about starting myself in positions where, like, I know what I'm doing when I start the next stream. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Not R1. What R1? I'm using the Resident Evil button? R2. There we go. There's another one. Thank you, Dolby Digital surround sound. Had to happen. Sit yourself. They got back up. Ah! Never mind, we got 2 syringes. We're chill. We're chill. My girl after 4 mimosas? That's a pretty heavy morning, man. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm not saying I've never done it. 4 mimosas is, for breakfast? I guess it's like half orange juice, half champagne, but still. It's brunch? Well, yeah, I'm not trying to spend like $200 on brunch for 2, though. Can't you just bring like some shooters and do them in the bathroom and then we can order like Eggs Benedict or something? They're bottomless? Man, I gotta move to Wisconsin. It's really beautiful. I think it's really beautiful that they serve martinis in like highball glasses. Oh no, he's a Law and Order Andy. I'm not a Law and Order Andy. The denizens crawling the streets are literal, like, perversions of the human psyche, man. I mean literal in the most literal sense of the word. Like, look at they're visions of my own id carrying bladed weapons, man. Next you're gonna call them degenerates? Well, I don't think they're degenerates because they're not doing anything except, like, killing, man. Are they decrowed? They might be the picture you find in the dictionary when you look up decrowed. I guess you're using a dictionary that's a little bit dubious because it has words that don't exist and also pictures, but I would at least hope that if I was in Silent Hill, I could be one of like the nurses. I'm not gonna gaslight myself into thinking that I'd be Pyramid Head. I'm not sure I'm that guy. But like one of the limbless monsters that's like zipped up in a bag and just explodes in goo after you hit him 3 times. You can call me a bad person if you want. I want something more for myself than that. Had to be done. I'm being 100% sincere when I say this. I truly, and I'm not trying to get into a broader philosophical discussion. Decrowed is a word in my world. Just because it's not in the dictionary, it honestly like doesn't matter to me at all. I know what it means. Many people know what it means and agree on a shared meaning of the word. How could it not be a real word if we can use it to communicate a more complex idea with a symbolic language? How could it not be a real word? We're using it as a word. Hey, by the way, I never got this deep into science, despite having a degree in science. Hey, hang on a second there. I was getting to something. Like, I've never contributed to a scientific paper that's been published in a journal, okay? But I was sold the idea that the scientific method is so goated. Chill, bro. Because, like, you write down the way that you did an experiment so that it could be replicated by other people, but especially the peers that review the research in order to go in the journal. So I guess naively, I kind of assumed that before it went into the journal's editors were like, we're going to run a reasonable analog to this experiment just to make sure that it actually like checks out. And then come to find out at age 35 that actually they just read the paper and go, yeah, it looks like you guys did things right. And then they publish it in the paper. They don't engage in the scientific method or nothing. How would you replicate experiments at CERN? Well, I don't know. I thought, like, let me put it this way. For Guinness Book of World Records, they have like a motherfucker come to your house and watch you drink like 100 glasses of milk in 10 minutes or something like that. They can't have like the editor-in-chief of astrophysics like go watch the experiment take place at least or something. Yeah, dude, you know how many fucking lectures I had to listen to about the Stanford prison experiment? From like 9th grade up through the 2nd year of university, every single psychology class I took was like, honey, wake up, it's time for your 3 lectures about the Stanford prison experiment. Then the dude is like 3 days away from death and he's like, guess what? I made all this shit up. And you're like, buddy, you wasted like hundreds of thousands of hours of human beings' time throughout history. It's like generations of people have been fed your misinformation. Okay, God knows, so I should have been checking my corners. That's on me. And like the first time you hear about the Stanford prison experiment, you're like, this is unbelievable. And then the dangerous thing is like the second time you hear about it, you're like, yeah, human beings are fundamentally monsters. But like one of the data points that leads you to believe that is an experiment that's made it into the public consciousness where the results were fucking made up, man. End of year financial check. Are your papers in order? Okay, first off, work on your diction. It's a troubling association there. Secondly, no, not really. But I'll tell you why. It's because it's not my fault, man. It's the system's fault. Especially as a small business owner. Filing your taxes is annoying. So every year when I file my taxes, I'm like, oh, next year I'm going to do it month by month. I'm going to keep track of the invoices and the monthly money coming in and the money coming out. And I'm going to like export that as a PDF. And then at the end of the year, all I got to do is get these like 12 PDFs out there. Then like March rolls around and I get all the stuff together from last year and I'm like, oh, that was fucking annoying. Thank God that's over. I don't want to think about it for like 9 months. So I take 9 months off and then when January, February, March next year roll around, I'm like, oh, why didn't I fucking do it monthly, man? Closest conspiracy theory I have, or the closest thing I have to a conspiracy theory, in all honesty, it's actually become the idea that nutrition is not real, which is not valid, but is something that I feel deep in my bones. Like I was feeling it's anecdotal, okay? There's no scientific method to back this up, but as we've already done the legwork of debunking the scientific method, that shouldn't really be a problem. You just got laid the fuck out. Sit down. What do you mean by that? I was feeling a little bit tired yesterday. I said, what am I gonna have for dinner? I ate 5 slices of pizza. 5 slices! I'm normally a 2 to 3 slice Andy. I ate 5 slices of pizza. It's a health potion, man. I woke up, I felt insanely good. The heck? A bug? Did you get extra sleep as well? I got about the same amount of sleep, to be honest, but nah, man. I'm telling you, pizza's medicine, man. This actually happened to me at Waterfront Station once. Opinion on condiments? Sure, why not? Mustard, goated condiment. It goes on way more than you would expect. Ketchup, I accept it as a dip. I like it as a sauce on burgers. It's crazy, like on burgers it elevates them, but ketchup on a sandwich sounds like so degenerate that I don't even want to give it the time of day. And then relish, to be honest with you, I've been on this earth 35, very, very close to 36 years, and I'm still forming an opinion on relish, man. I'm fucking with it more than I ever have, but it's definitely like it's very mercurial. I'm still figuring out where I stand on it. Most underrated condiment? I don't know if people are ready for this take. 10 years ago, this take would have gotten me kicked off this website. Most underrated condiment, barbecue sauce / steak sauce. I understand a good steak is desecrated by a steak sauce, but sometimes you just want to taste the steak sauce. I don't know what to tell you. Like there's different varieties of steak. There's like, I made a nice steak. I sous vide'd it and reverse seared it, or like put it in the cast iron and then finished it in the oven or something like that. And then there's another steak that's like, you know, I bought like a cheap steak from the grocery store and I cooked it like medium or medium well and then slathered it with steak sauce, and they're both good. Now, one I would pay for at a restaurant and the other I would not be pleased to. But at home, there's a difference, man. It's like there's a difference in burgers, right? You can get like a restaurant burger. You can get a McDonald's burger. They occupy different niches despite being in the same category. Best spinach dip at a restaurant? Can I be real with you? I've never willfully ordered a spinach dip at any restaurant in my entire life. I don't think I've ever ordered anything. You know what? That's not true. I have ordered a beef dip at a restaurant. A beef sandwich with like some wet sauce on the side to dip it in. But I've never ordered like a spinach dip or a crab dip or anything of this ilk. I didn't say I'm better than you. I'm just saying like I don't know. It's not my tempo. I did go to a restaurant called Rock Bottom at a PAX once with Cobalt. Cobalt did order, it was either a spinach dip or a crab dip. So I have consumed it before, but I've never willfully ordered it myself. Sorry for the map. Did you guys see that Zizek anecdote? It was a tweet that said, my friend saw Zizek speak at their school. Oh, snap, you're right. Let me get this real quick. And then the moderator interrupted him and said, I think it's time for questions. And he said, okay, I've got the first question. Professor Zizek, what would you say if you had more time? And then he just kept rambling. I'm going to say this, I have absolutely no idea what any of the defining ideals of his, or ideas of his philosophy are, but that's my king right there. Why? Why not, bro? That's what this game's all about. No disrespect, like... I mean this sincerely. I feel like Silent Hill 2 Remake succeeds in spite of its mechanics. It's why you can't evaluate art by like an objective rubric. Because if you were to try to like analyze Silent Hill 2, you would give it like a 3 out of 10. You would be like, you're literally just opening drawers, 70% of which are empty, and then wandering through fog until you get to the next dungeon. That's 80% of the gameplay. But when you play it, you're like, something about it is compelling me, man. Like, this is like an 8 out of 10. Just from vibes only. I honestly thought we were getting to a meaningful point in the narrative because they've kind of dispelled this notion that James is in like a town. They're now laying it on very thick that James is in like an internal prison, perhaps of his own creation. First few dungeons, they were like, hey, this town is crazy. Now they're like dropping letters that are like, James, you are a fucking idiot. You fucking idiot, James. Die, 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 die. But there's probably still some people that at this point of the game were playing it and they're like, damn, what's going on in this town, man? This town is crazy. How are they gonna like, they really need to open up like a microbrewery here or something, man. Revitalize the downtown core. So I think, was it correct that 3 was the last number there? Nope. Oh, you're so, the clean numbers, man. The clean numbers. I was like, this puzzle's unsolvable, man. Get me out of that room. Yeah, sure, why not, dude? Why not? I like when I pay for parking and all the numbers for the zone are rubbed off the thing. Toys R Us, parking lot on West Broadway, Diamond Parking, you fucking crooks. Go to the machine, okay? Parking is $2 an hour. $1.45 surcharge for what? Convenience fee? You have to pay for parking. That's not a convenience fee. That's just the cost of doing business, brother. Then you take I go to the machine and I go, okay, at least I can get my parking validated. Then at Toys R Us, do you get $3.45 off of your fucking bill? Nah, dude, you get $2 off of your bill. We can't give you the validation on the $1.45 because that's not parking. That's a convenience fee. I say, okay, next time I'm not going to use the machine. I'm going to pay on the fucking app so I don't have to pay the convenience fee. Bring up the City of Vancouver parking app, pay on the app, $1.45 convenience fee. Fuck you. And if you pay on the app, you can't even get your parking validated. You fucking scammers. Think they can see my laser pointer? Fucking Chris Hadfield up trying to steer the International Space Station through a meteor shower. The goddamn laser pointer, that damn kid in Missouri, but they're gonna get you. He's like pointing down through the glass floor of the International Space Station while he runs on the centrifuge that simulates gravity. Jasper County. I don't know, it just, what the fuck? You could just reload with the square button? Ah! Toluca Prison. Note to medical staff. During last night's execution, the prisoner assumed to have been disabled simply stood up and approached the chair without any assistance. From now on, take utmost care when reviewing the prisoner's medical history. Guards need to be made aware how capable the prisoners are in order to avoid any incidents. Bro said, I'ma head out. It's kind of a sick prank, man. Pretend that you can't walk and then on your execution day, stand up and go sit down in the electric chair. Don't worry, it's just the house settling. It's a reference, I'm sure. This is honestly how it felt taking a shower after PE. I'll level with you. I don't know if this is a cultural thing or like a generational thing. I very much am like a hang dong in the locker room sort of guy as an adult. It's like a when in Rome. It makes you feel closer to your fellow man, honestly. I mean, that's what it's there for. You get naked in the change room so you can change out of your regular clothes into workout clothes or from your workout clothes into regular clothes. But I did not do it in high school. It is kind of like gross to think about the fact, like I used to have, in 9th grade, I had first period gym. So at like 8:15 in the morning, we had gym class, work up a sweat, go to the locker room, change, like don't shower or anything. Change from the gym clothes into street clothes. Oh shit. What it hit me with a ping! Sorry, I gotta heal here. Yes, like just straight up like sweaty as fuck. Take off the gym clothes. Don't change your underwear. Put on street clothes and then just go to classes until like almost 3 p.m. In hindsight, that's crazy, dude. We must have fucking reeked. There were like 3 dudes who showered after gym class in a class of like 30 guys. Yikes. Yeah, but you gotta remember, like being a streamer, you're yikesed either way. Because if I yikesed after, or if I showered after the Peloton and showered before bed, people would be like, whoa, 2 showers a day. They'd like roll the roulette wheel and be like, oh, you must fucking hate the environment. And then I'd have to like defend myself from somebody using generative AI to tell me what Game of Thrones would look like if it took part in a trailer park. Took place in a trailer park, I should say. That's people are saying yellow mattress, and now chat's getting their ass. They're saying, don't you have sheets? Yeah, exactly, man. We got a mattress cover and we got sheets. Plus, like, I don't know if anyone else is living this life. I grew up as a, like, top sheet, thin, like, wool blanket, comforter sort of guy. Ever since I moved in with Kate, I adopted her bed habit. Her bed habit, mattress, cover, sheet, like fitted sheet, duvet. So based on the blanket, there's just one bed. So we're not getting too sweaty on average. It's pretty cool in there. Plus the Casper has some, science hasn't really figured it out, but it wicks the moisture out or so. It has like cooling technology. I don't really get it. That's why the mattresses are like $800 each or something. The eyeless boar. We got 10 minutes. Honestly, we should save and stop. We have made good progress today. All we're gonna do is muddy the waters if we do more. Plus, I need to plug in one HDMI cable. So to not be late for Mario Party, let's make sure we stop here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and get the Switch set up, and I'll be back in like 2 minutes.